Hey everybody, welcome to Meet Plexus. I am Sadie Hirschway, Diamond Ambassador with the company, and I cannot wait to share with you a little bit about this amazing company that I'm just like in love with. And if you've been invited here, somebody is in love with it too, right? Like they've included you in this because they really, believe that this could be a solution for you. So you might have been invited because y'all have been talking, or they just thought enough of you that they might know a little bit about you that this could be a fit. So, no matter where you are in the journey, this is a great place for you to be. So, this is not a sales presentation. I just want to remind you of that. It's just understanding who we are, what we offer, and I'm really excited about it. So, like, let's dig in, right? It's going to be less than 20 minutes. So, a very good use of your time. And if you have any questions, as soon as we're finished recording, please ask those. So, who is Plexus, right? Maybe you are a customer that has been invited here, like a current customer. Maybe you're drinking that pink drink, or you've seen us post about the purple drink, but you're like, what is it? Like, what is going on? So, we've been around for like 15 years. A health and wellness brand. Drinks and capsules is pretty much what we got going on. We have some other things too, but what I love about what we do is that we've always been a root cause company. So we've always been a company that is going to get you to the root cause. So whatever your issues are, they will find like a lasting solution. And I love that. And so here's where we're a little different, and it can kind of quiet the noise about maybe us versus another brand. So blood sugar balancing is a really big deal with us. We feel that all modern disease ties back to blood sugar balancing, gut health, and inflammation. And that's why we say Plexus is a big deal. Okay. And so it's a little acronym for us, but your blood sugar is really tied to so many things. And you might have been hearing about blood glucose regulation with the GLP-1 conversation. And so we've kind of been doing this like a long time ago. Like this is a vintage convo for us. And what we know is that blood sugar is really tied into your energy crashes, your cravings, your mood swings. If you've ever been hangry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Weight struggles, and that increased inflammation. And so what happens is that when our blood sugar is off, and it does not have to be a thing where you're pre-diabetic, insulin resistant, in the numbers in your labs, you don't have to show that there's a problem. I don't know if you guys know what optimal ranges are, but optimal ranges are something that functional doctors really look at. But, modern, more traditional doctors have such a wide range that you could be like, feeling like you're walking around dead, and they'll be like, it's great, right? I don't know if you've ever experienced that. So blood sugar is a big deal. It's really something that we centralize our products around. Gut health, we want to be the number one gut health company in the world. Okay. And that is what we were trying to do. So when we talk about gut health, I just don't think that people realize how much is connected to gut health, and it's literally everything. So it's not just digestion, it's not just immune function. It's mood, it's hormones, it's skin, it's energy, it's inflammation, and it's all the things. And so as we kind of talk about this, we're really pulling together that story around blood sugar balancing, gut health, and inflammation, right? So it's not just take probiotics. That's not our philosophy. It's really like everything. It's the microbiome, it's the whole shebang, and it's all related to each other. And so let's talk about inflammation. So those two things I just mentioned tie right into cellular inflammation. And chronic inflammation, there was a Time magazine article like forever ago that was like, that's the silent killer. That's the killer is inflammation. Well, the things that I've just shared about tie directly into that, okay? And so, so many of our health challenges are inflammation related. So our goal is not to like make you necessarily feel better today. It's to create that foundation that you can really just have that optimal health and build that on there. Okay, so here's a little caveat. Here's a little something I'm going to share with you. So many people are walking around expressing themselves with some autoimmunity issues. Okay, and that's why I was personally. I'm not going to talk about my story. This is just like educational, but autoimmune challenges are something that affect us all, and it's not just maybe you don't even have a diagnosis, but you've got allergies, you've got some skin flare-ups, you've got rosacea, some things that are just obviously gut related that can be that type of expression. So I want to let you know that this system, our products really answer our deepest health concerns. And that was really important to me when I started sharing these products. I finally found that I had something that I could offer to people who were having the most frustrating health issues, right? And that's what I'm excited to talk to you about today. So, I really want us to start to talk about how all of it works together. Our blood sugar, gut health, inflammation, but you guys, it's also nutrition, it's also sleep, it's also stress. But what I find is that when we can get nutritionally those tools in our toolbox, the rest kind of gets a little bit easier, right? If we're feeling feeling a balanced energy, we're not reaching for caffeine or sugar the way that we normally would. And so it's just as simple as that. And I don't know if you knew this, but when you balance your blood sugar, your circadian rhythm normalizes. And what that means is that you're naturally going to sleep better. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people that I know, and let's leave our hormonal journey out of this, ladies, okay? But a lot of people, okay, struggle with sleep. And I don't know if that is you, but that is definitely me. So, I will tell you that this company has seen me personally through so many different spaces from being first diagnosed with autoimmunity, being like mad and angry at my own body, but finally feeling better. And when I talk about that hangry feeling, that's how I knew these products worked. Okay. I was like, oh, I'm not feeling that tiger feeling in the afternoon. And okay, maybe there's something to this. And that made me feel really happy that I could offer something to my fellow friends dealing with this kind of a silent issue, right? Like people walk around not feeling well all the time. And so even if you don't have an autoimmune issue, I know that so many of us deal with low energy and maybe some aches and pains, maybe some mood issues or some mood challenges that we don't really talk about. We're not it's not tattooed on our forehead. So those silent issues are really inflammation related. So I know that something new can feel really intimidating. And I want you to know, like, we understand that, I just spoke to a girlfriend of mine and she said, I'm afraid to spend the money because I have felt bad for years and years, always thinking that something was going to work. And so I just want to tell you that we get it. We understand. So maybe your body is looking for a different type of support other than a quick fix, right? So we've spent years trying diets. We've spent years, maybe you're a supplement queen, the way that I was. I was never against supplements. I don't know if you have felt that way, but I was never against them. Um, but maybe you've just really, really tried, I'm just going to increase my caffeine or I'm going to eat less food or the willpower. Maybe what's missing is not more effort, but it's the tools allowing your body to really react the way that it needs to react. I always say that when we satisfy those nutritional deficiencies, and that's really what these products do, our body knows how to save our lives, right? It's trying to do it all the time. And when we can give it the right fuel, everything kind of will normalize. So it's not necessarily more effort, it's a different approach. And that's really what attracted me to Plexus. Okay, so I got to learn through my own journey. And obviously, if you've been invited here by someone else, they have had success or believe what is possible with these products. Okay, so I always tell people this, like you don't have to believe in everything I'm saying tonight, right? You don't have to, I'm not, again, it's not a sales pitch. It's trying to pull together what we need to understand is a little bit different about what we do. There is not, our process is not the same as any other company's. And that is why when we get to the root cause, specifically around our gut health protocol, right? Our microbiomes are dysregulated. You wouldn't be in an inflamed state if it wasn't. And because we know that gut health is literally related to everything, we could give you so many just scientific articles around this fact alone. So I don't feel like I need to back that up. But what I'm saying is that the way that we target balancing your gut health, balancing your blood sugar, remove and bringing down that cellular inflammation, you guys, everything gets easier. I would say that probably the improved sleep. Now let's leave our hormones out of it, but improved sleep is probably the quickest thing that I see people have. A lift of energy, right? I'm not craving that sugar the way that I was. And you guys know it's those little micro changes that are going to make such a huge difference in your life as they compound over time. So basically, what we're asking you to do is be curious enough to make the next step. Okay. So, obviously, I've already said this, but the person who invited you believes that this could help you. They want to have another conversation with you. I've obviously said something tonight that you're going to maybe have never heard before. And so I invite you to go back to that person and say, hey, she said this, or hey, this was my favorite part. And get back with that person because we're all a team here. We're all working with the same goal, and that is to help as many people as possible get as healthy as possible and to really live as long as possible. And I want to invite you to understand as well that if you're here on this call or somebody shared this recording with you, it's probably because you're a touch, a tiny incy miserable, right? Like something's not okay for you. And I just want to invite you that, like, we've all been there. Everybody that is, on my team or sharing about this company has been in this space, the exact same space as you. So I want you to ask your questions. I want you to ask every question that you need. And I want to help, I want you to figure out with that person if Plexus is a fit for you. We are so grateful that you've spent some time here with us tonight. And I just want to remind you that your health is an investment that is going to bless not only you, but your family and every relationship that you're in. Because I want to ask you, what do you say no to right now because you don't feel well, or you feel a little puffy, or you feel bloated, or you're not going to the bathroom? What do you decline because you're not feeling the best that you could possibly feel? And I want to ask you, if you could remove that as a barrier, how would your life change? And what would you be able to say yes to? Okay, that's really all this is about. And so we want to thank you tonight for being with us, but we want you to think about how you could show up if you didn't have these health issues. What would that look like? What if you got to get rid of some of your medications and you weren't paying for those? What if you could, like, and I know that this isn't a call about sharing about the products at all, but like, what if you started feeling better yourself and you decided to post on social media or tell a friend and they started feeling better? How would that lift you? What could that do? Right? It's not a matter of, just you keeping it to yourself. It's a matter of how this could show up for people in your life. And obviously, you've been invited here or you've been invited to listen by somebody who cares very, very much about you. So, I'm going to end this recording by asking if we have questions. But I want you to think about this. If you had to take away from this call, just ask yourself, do I want more energy? Do I want help with weight? Do I want to improve my gut health? Do I struggle with inflammation? Am I puffy? Or am I just curious to learn more? And you don't have to talk to me about this, right? You can talk to the person who shared the recording with you. You can talk to the person who invited you, but think about those things because what our products do is really represent a solution to all of those, right? And I know that the person who invited you or shares this recording with you is going to be able to pair you perfectly with something that is going to help you and is going to end all of your aches and pains and frustrations. So, we are so thankful that you're here, and we will see you next time. Bye.